Wow, guys, about to react to a new video. Alina Habba just dropped a complete bombshell on this Judge Juan Merchan case with Trump, and it's looking really, really bad for him. I don't know if he could wiggle out of this one, but she's touching on the points that they altered his statute of limitation right, and might get pretty bad. I need you guys hit the subscribe button right now if you're new to the channel, so you don't miss none of the new videos that I post. Get right to it.
Incoming counselor to President-elect Trump, Alina Habba. Alina, we love talking to you. It's wonderful to see you again. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us tonight. First, do you have any more details on the alleged misconduct by the juror in this case?
I do, as part of, obviously I'm part of the team, but those are not ones that I am willing to share at this point. What I can tell you is it's definitely egregious, despite the redactions, and without getting into detail, it is not a questionable thing. There was misconduct by the jurors, and it would have anything thrown out. Now, one thing we are learning, as you've delicately said, but I will say more directly, Judge Merchan's description of what happened and what falls under the Supreme Court's decision is so flawed and egregious and so ridiculous. He is completely disregarding the Supreme Court of the United States, the highest court that said that there is presidential immunity for official acts. And now he is trying to carve out in any way he can to preserve face and say that this trial was not a complete hoax, was not a complete disaster, an evidentiary disaster. And now we know there were issues with the jury being tainted. So, this is where we are. And this is where we've been for 3.5 years. And frankly, why I think we won.
So really quick, guys, hit the subscribe button. Let me tell you this. I know MAGA's going to stand up for, Trump, but this guy's going to be removed from the bench. That's what I believe. I believe that the prosecutors, they have a lot of stuff coming for them. A lot of bad stuff coming from them. Judge Marchand, Fonnie Willis, Letitia James, Jack Smith. We can go on and on and on, and then he's going to start working down with those TV shows because we're putting him in office for a reason because you simply shouldn't be able to do a person like that, right? You simply shouldn't be able to target someone politically, use lawfare, political. Like you shouldn't be able to do that. And then you go on a TV show, you bastards, man. It's complete. It's light and day. There's a huge difference about what's going on right now, right? You put a Democrat on CNN, they're all calm, they're collected, they don't never target them. You put a Republican on there, they're trying to bring up something that happened when you were 15 years old, right? And all this evidence that has to do with this case is all a hoax, all fake. What I believe. So I have to say that, man, they'll take the video down. But let's keep going, man. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button.
Alina, so we've got allegations of a juror's misconduct in the case. Can you please tell us how this case is ripe for appeal? Legal experts have told us there are a lot of constitutional violations. The jury wrongly heard evidence that was protected by presidential immunity the Supreme Court upheld, like President Trump's conversations with Hope Hicks. The judge delayed sentencing indefinitely. That's clearly a due process right to a speedy trial violation. And now juror misconduct, it sounds like that juror was tainted. There could have been bias here.
Yeah, let's add some to that. Statute of limitations, which before they brought this, we knew was passed. This case was passed up by Cy Vance. It was passed up prior by Bragg, and then it was brought again. How about we also discuss that the White House was coordinating and sent their own guy into work for the New York DA from the DOJ?
I'll say this right now. These people that are in the White House right now, they are as corrupt as corrupt gets, right? The guy that tried to assassinate President-elect Trump, he was in pictures with someone that's in pictures with Biden. It goes so deep. It's like layers and layers and layers to all this corruption. You have corrupt judges, corrupt prosecutors, corrupt news network, right? People aren't believing this stuff anymore.
How about that? How about selective prosecution, election interference, tying this man up in a hoax case during an election cycle when he should have been campaigning? How about all of the things you said? But this is where we have problems. The judge should have recused. We've said it time and time again. We have one thing standing right now before all the appeals we will take on this ridiculous decision today, and that is the motion to dismiss that this judge gave us leave to file. I don't have.
And him and his daughter, they made millions to go after Trump, right? Alina Habba, she and Melania Trump, they must talk. I could just tell they have such class whenever they're discussing matters like this, serious matters that is, right? I'm telling you guys, man, I don't even know what could protect these people at this point, but come January 20th of mass deportation, you know, we have a lot of good news coming. A lot of good news. And then we're gonna have healthier food.
Have much hope in Judge Merchan, but we do have pending motions. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Alina. So, Senator Chuck Grassley, excuse me, has said this is really scary that all Americans, right or left, it's not, he's saying take the politics out of it. When you see the lawfare abuses, it could happen to you. It could happen to viewers. That's why millennial voters, we heard, were so scared about what the Justice Department and what cases like DA Bragg brought. They feel it could happen to them personally. This was a books and records misdemeanor, like a parking ticket, but it got ramped up into 34 felonies. That's terrifying for the American judicial system. Final word.
And really quick, guys, don't think we forgot about E. Jean Carroll. You know, you're on that list too, along with Bragg, Fonnie, James. We can go on and on, you know, because this is horrible news. I'm sorry to keep telling you guys the same thing, but how far this stuff has gone, it's illegal at this point, and 100% right. This could happen to you. You know, it may have happened to you, but you don't have a voice in a team like Trump does. You know, but he's there to drain this swamp and all this corruption out. You know, he's gonna make it able so people could do their jobs clear as day, so you know right and wrong.
Yes. Yes, and he was not there. He was in the White House as president. These are acts that were done by an accounting team at the Trump Organization. And there is so many uncanny things happening here. And the American people are afraid, and they should be afraid, but not anymore. Because I can assure you that when we go in and when this administration gets to work, it will be top of mind to fix this lawfare and prosecution against a political opponent or any American. It should not happen.
Okay.
At all, guys. And I want to really quick show you guys one more video that I came across earlier.
Get done as quickly as possible. Then on January 20th, we've got to stay here and just be voting on these nominees. The Democrats clearly have said they're going to try to obstruct because they do not want Trump to have any success. So we've got to be willing to stay here week after week, work day after day to get these nominees done. If we need to do a recess appointments, allow Trump to do recess appointments, we need to allow Trump to do recess appointments. We've got to get his team in place because something's got to change. The American public has completely lost trust with their federal government, especially their federal law enforcement agencies. They've lost trust of Mayorkas. They've lost trust of Wray. They've lost trust of Merrick Garland. This has got to change.
Senator, one of my big concerns is January 20th itself, to protect the Capitol, the inauguration, make sure that President...
Make you guys really listen to the rest of this video because what he's about to say is going to rock your world. Like, listen to this.
Trump is safely there in the White House with J.D. Vance is imperative. But somehow, some way, some idiot also scheduled the national championship football game to be that same day on January 20th. I don't know how the intelligence services and all their expertise can handle two major events on the same day. How could this possibly happen? How in the world is Homeland Security, Secret Service, all of these other intelligence agencies, how in the world are they supposed to do that on January 20th?
Well, as you know, for the last 4 years, they've been out to lunch. They clearly have not been doing their job. They're not been protecting America. I'm on Homeland Security Committee in the Senate, and Mayorkas and Wray were supposed to come testify last month and canceled. They didn't want to come talk about threats.
I'm telling you guys, man, the president's on vacation. People that are supposed to be doing their job on vacation. You got the Secret Service that's supposed to be protecting Trump hiding. What are we doing, guys? Let me know what you think about this quick video. Let me know if you're tuning into the Super Bowl or inauguration, obviously. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. We're out.